You can have first-degree murder in two different ways. The first way is premeditated, and we've heard all about that. The second way is felony murder. So when she was in the house and right when she stabbed Travis the first time, essentially he doesn't want her there anymore because she's stabbing him. So the permission he gave her to come into his home has now been withdrawn because she's stabbing him. Stabbing him is a felony, and because he died when she was stabbing him, that is a burglary with a murder, so that makes it a felony murder.
I think that's the best explanation I have heard, because it's hard to get your mind wrapped around that concept. Back to you, Vinny.
Monica Lindstrom out in Arizona. Well done. But the bottom line, I don't think I necessarily agree.
You know what, Bill? When they were deliberating, we were thinking, oh my goodness, they must be thinking about second degree or manslaughter. I mean, after all, why would they take so long to come back with this verdict? But when I heard the verdict read, I don't think there was a tipping point about premeditated. I believe that they always thought premeditated. I think maybe the confusion or the disagreement might have come when they were trying to determine felony murder. What it is the state charged first-degree murder by two ways, either premeditation or felony murder. We know what premeditation is. Felony murder means that he was killed during her committing a felony. So when she stole that gun from him, if she did, or when she was stabbing him, she was committing a felony. And because he died during that felony, she can be charged with But in felony. Arizona, in order to get the death penalty, there has to be just more than the killing. There's got to be some cruelty involved. And the prosecution said that when she was stabbing him, she caused him so much physical pain, and he saw her doing this to him, that raises it, that aggravates it, and puts it at a level that Arizona will allow the death penalty. Yep, if the state proves beyond a reasonable doubt that there is that aggravating factor of cruelty, then we jump into the mitigation phase, and you're right, that's where she can get up and beg for
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Jodi is not guilty of premeditated murder. She's guilty of heat of passion, and this is why. The evidence will show you the timeline of what happened. She spent more than 13 hours with him before the killing occurred. Lastly, you're going to see pictures of the crime scene. This is not a calculated crime scene. This is a heat of passion. It's messy. It's disgusting because she snapped. Has such a different style than Juan that he needs to focus on something completely different. He needs to focus on the weakness of Jodi, the abuse, the trauma, her mental issues, anything to show the jury that she was not acting with premeditation, she wasn't being cruel. There was a reason she did what she did. Ladies and gentlemen, her schedule starts between 3 and 4 in the morning. She doesn't even get to eat breakfast until 7 a.m. And this is what she gets. And she doesn't even get all of this. She has to save some of it for lunch. She doesn't get to eat again until 7 at night. This is not her moment to shine. This is the moment where she might die. She does not love being on trial. The state was supposed to prove to you beyond a reasonable doubt that she loves being on trial, and they haven't. I suggest to you that you are not firmly convinced. Most importantly, and the strongest evidence that we have showed you today, she's on antidepressants. She is on anti-anxiety medication. Happy people don't do that. You know, Vinny, it is really unusual. In fact, I've never even heard of them doing it before in Maricopa County Superior Court because it's expensive. You have the jail staff and the court staff that has to stay late, and that's a big hurdle to get over. So it's very unusual. What I think is suspicious, what George Zimmerman thought was suspicious, might be completely different or one and the same. If I was driving along and already had in my head that there were some break-ins, there were some people, maybe teenagers, going through these neighborhoods that shouldn't be, I'm already looking for something suspicious. Based on what she's done in the past, if she really wants death, she will disrespect Travis Alexander and bring up at least partially some of the things that he's done. But if she wants life, she will stay away from him, and she'll talk about how much she
and he's
wants
not a
life.
very emotional man, other than the passion and the anger that you see that comes out of him in the trial. He was so respectful when he was talking about the killing itself. He lowered his voice and he was very soft about it. And I think that was his emotion coming out to show the soft